before we get started, let's check out the links in my description. We all want nice things. We want the car, we want a house, we want a high limit credit card. But if you don't have at least a 680 credit score, you're not even in the game. So click this link here to know where you stand and get your free credit scores from all three bureaus. That will be Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax. And also get your reports. If you would like to be free and become financially independent through entrepreneurship, click this link here to be free. If you'd like to get Cashback, which is a discount during shopping, please click this link here to see my favorite cashback sites. And if you enjoy the music you hear in the background, please click the link here and subscribe to It's Oasis. Hello everyone, welcome back to Community Wealth. Today I got some news for you that got to do with your credit reports from all three bureaus. But before we get into that, if you would like to know your FICO scores and what's in reports with all three bureaus, Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian, click the credit monitoring link in the description below. If you would like to make $500 to $1,000 plus per week on your time utilizing your vehicle, click the Wealth Dasher link in the description below. If you don't have a car, you don't want to use your own, click the Wealth Hire Car link in the description below. Along with the Wealth Dasher, you can still make $500 to $1,000 plus per week on your time. If you would like to know how I got 5 properties for $5,500, click the Be Free link in the description below, then click Sign Up. If you would like to earn cash back while shopping online, click the Cashback links in the description below. If you would like to drive for Walmart Spark and also earn $500 to $1,000 plus per week, or even more, click the Wealth Spark Driver link in the description below. Now let's get into this thing that the credit bureau is doing. If you haven't heard, I'm going to read 2 articles that is pretty much good news for many of us with our credit reports. Here it says, most medical collection debt is about to fall off of consumer credit reports. Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian said in a joint statement they would remove nearly 70% of this type of debt. Have any of you heard of this? Have you heard of it? Let me know in the comments. A significant number of U.S. consumers will have their medical collection debt drop from their credit report, the nation's biggest credit reporting bureau announced Friday. Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian said in a joint statement they would remove nearly 70% of the debt after months-long industry research showed roughly 2/3 of this type of debt is the result of either one-time or short-term medical expenses stemming from an acute medical need, a news release said. And this is good. This is significant. This is very significant. After 2 years of the COVID-19 pandemic and a detailed review of the prevalence of medical collection debt on credit reports, the NCRAs are making changes to help people to focus on their personal well-being and recovery, the agency said, referring to themselves with an abbreviation for nationwide credit reporting agencies. Beginning July 1, paid medical debt will no longer be included on consumer credit reports. The credit bureau also announced that in the first half of 2023, medical debts of less than $500 will not be added to consumer credit reports. And that's good because I had some that was less than $500. I got all of the stuff removed. All the medical debt was removed. It's actually pretty easy to get it removed out of your credit report for the most part. Sometimes it's not. I had situations where people were telling me, I had people telling me a certain situation where certain things wasn't coming off and it was medical debt. But I got all mine removed with no issue. Additionally, the time period before unpaid medical collection debt would appear on a credit report will increase from 6 months to a year. This change aims to allow consumers more time to work with their insurance and medical providers to pay the debt. A February report by the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, the CFPB, found that medical debt collections were less predictive of future payment problems than other debt collections, such as car loans and mortgages. The report also said Black, Hispanic, and low-income individuals are more likely to have medical debt. Older people and veterans are also heavily impacted, according to the report. The CFPB wrote that because of this, these groups may be more heavily impacted by outdated credit models, therefore affecting their chance of securing housing, car loans, and insurance. Ted Rossman, a senior industry analyst at Bankrate, told CNBC that removing paid medical debt from credit reports can help consumers increase their credit scores, especially for older FICO models that are used for obtaining federally backed mortgages. There seems to be an acknowledgement that medical care is essential and should not be penalized by the credit bureaus, Rossman said. Now, I can't say once the medical debt was removed from my credit report that it did improve a whole lot. It did improve a whole lot. And it does have a major impact because, especially if it comes as medical debt, which is not necessarily medical debt because it automatically hits your report as collections, which is kind of why it's so easy to remove. But it hits it as collections. And once you hit it as collections, it's pretty much damage is done. Damage is done. And it's like this. Yeah, you get a big boost once your medical debt is removed, but it's not the same as the giant drop you get when it's added. So let's just say you drop 50, 60 points because it was added. You might only get 20, 25 back, 30 back. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, let me go to the next article, see what this one says. Credit bureaus to remove most medical debts from credit reports. Changes to medical debt collection reporting to start in the summer. The three national credit bureaus have announced plans to overhaul how they handle medical collection reporting, resulting in tens of billions of dollars in debt being wiped from U.S. consumers' credit reports. The changes will go into effect this summer, will get rid of roughly 70% of the medical debt in collection accounts that are currently on consumer reports. Details on the new changes on medical collection reporting. Medical debt can be financially devastating, but it doesn't have to destroy your credit too. At least that's what the national credit reporting agencies Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion are saying. The credit bureaus have announced changes to how they manage the reporting of medical bills after they've gone to collections, which have been in the works for several months. Starting in July, the companies will automatically remove medical debts that were paid after they were sent to collections. Currently, popular credit scoring models give less weight to medical collections than other types of collection accounts, and the newest FICO model ignores paid medical collection accounts altogether. But most major lenders still use older FICO models, and even paid medical collection accounts can remain on your credit report for up to 7 years. Additionally, the credit bureaus plan to extend the timeline of reporting from 180 days after a medical bill has been sent to collection to 1 full year. This will give consumers more time to deal with medical debt without it impacting their credit scores. Finally, in the first half of next year, the companies plan to remove all unpaid medical debts of less than $500, though that threshold may increase. The announcement follows a damning report by Consumer Watchdog Agency. The country's top consumer watchdog, the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, CFPB, released a report in early March detailing failures by the credit bureau surrounding medical debt. The agency estimates that 43 million credit reports host $88 billion in medical collection accounts. In fact, 58% of all collection accounts are medical bills. The CFPB also highlighted that the credit reporting agency haven't done enough to stop inaccurate reporting of medical collection accounts, an issue that disproportionately affects communities of color. In a joint statement, the credit bureau said that the changes reflect the company's commitment to facilitating access to fair and affordable credit. All three companies remain under investigation by the CFPB for their handling of consumer disputes. And that's true. That's a true thing right there. So anyway, all this is true when it comes to medical debt. All right, when it comes to medical collections, it affects you immensely, and it's relatively easy to get off, but it takes some time. I got all of my medical debt off my report in about, I would say it took about 3-4 months to get all of it off. Probably even longer than that, but I would say 3-4 months. And I actually documented, I have videos that talks about that, okay? And I think the first couple, I raised my score like at least 60, 70 points. I mean, it was immense, and it helped a lot. So anyway, hope this information helped you out. Hope it's good news to you for you guys that have a lot of medical debt. All right. And as you see, it said $500 or more will be taken off your credit report. So hope this helped you out. And thanks for watching. If you would like to know your FICO scores and what's on your reports from all three bureaus, TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian, click the credit monitoring link in the description below. If you would like to make $500 to $1,000 plus per week utilizing your vehicle on your own time, click the Wealth Dasher link in the description below. If you don't have a vehicle or you don't want to use your own vehicle, then click the Wealth Hire Car link in the description below. And that way you can hire a car and use that vehicle to then Wealth Dash and make $500 to $1,000 plus per week on your own time. If you want to know how I got 5 properties for $5,500, click the Be Free link in the description below. And if you'd like to get cash back while shopping online, click the Cashback link in the description below. Like, share the video, comment below, subscribe to the channel, subscribe to It's Oasis, and until the next video, let's get this money.